welcome back to another Trains Sim News World video, and welcome if you're new. This is the first official Train Sim World 7 roadmap, August 2026. Get your drinks, get your snacks. If you ain't got them already, pause the video, go get them, because I feel that we will have a lot to talk about. Not only the Train Sim World 7 stuff, the upcoming DLC that's already been announced and giving more details, and all the new DLCs that are coming throughout the year. I've got half a glass of Coke with me. I've got a latte with me as well in my friend's mug. And not my friend's mug, but Friends the TV show mug. It looks like one. It's green, limey green, and it looks like the ones that they drink out from the actual coffee shop. But it does have the Friends logo on it as well. My mum got me that one. Thanks, Mum. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, haven't we? So yeah, make sure you get your snacks and everything. I'm sorry this video is coming out late today. I've had a major migraine today. The migraine has thankfully gone, but I've still got a headache. But I'm still going to be my upbeat, amazing self just for you guys. I'm going to show all the enthusiasm that I always do, and quite often frustration as well. So let's get straight into it and see what we've got, because I haven't seen this, I haven't read the article or anything. As always, I'll react to everything as it is. I can see in the cover photo that they've added the Freightliner Class 70 and the North London line Richmond extension onto the map soon. So let's have a look at the actual roadmap for 2026. We got Train Sim World 7, new route, Tri-Rail Miami with Deluxe Loco, Tri-Rail GP49, new route, Nuremberg to Wolfsburg with the Deluxe Loco DBBR Ice 4, and new route, Arndale and Wolfdale with the Deluxe Loco of the Northern BR Class 333. New features: Freight Hauler, Live Weather, Simplified Controls, AI Conductor, Safety Systems on by default, Epic Settings, DLSS, DLAA, FSR, DirectX 12, and improved loading times, and the Freestyle Edition. Arriving soon from Union Workshop, the Tatami line, releasing on September 29th. Train Sim Germany is bringing out the Nikolabahn, Hardenberg to Niklas, and Just Trains is bringing out the Cumbrian Coast, Carlisle to Whitehaven. World bringing out the Ronnasbahn, Dulsberg to Mockenbach, and Virtual 360, Virtuvar, sorry I pronounced that wrong, 360 is bringing out Lisbon to Studbull. Iron Simulations is bringing out the Southern Pacific Ore Lines, Hayden Branch. All Aboard Studios, the Freightliner BR Class 70, and Incredible Trains bringing out the North London line Richmond extension. And then down the line we've got All Aboard Studios Birmingham to Shrewsbury, Brascan Games bringing out the Atlantic Coast Partanuki, Train Sim Germany the Expert OBB Railjet, Dovetail Games NJ Transit Bergen line, Pixel Punk Studios the NTP Remaster plus BR Class 370/0, NTP being North Trans Pennine. And Armstrong Dovetail Games bringing out Amsterdam to Den Haag. Alan Thompson Simulation bringing out East Coast Mainline King's Cross. Grump Dog Games GWR BR Class 387. Skyhook Games Northern BR Class 158. Firefly Simulations the BR Class 466 plus Sheerness branch. Train Sim Germany DBBR 212 Class V100. Railforge New Romanian Route. Adamovic Productions, the BNSF Snootnose SD40-2. Train Sim Germany, the DBBR 420. Skyhook Games Cargo Line Volume 7 for the UK. And Skyhook Games Cargo Line Volume 8 for Germany. Improvements, major update in December. As always, information subject to change. Keep up to date with the latest information at Train Sim World, or don't forget to hit that button, that bell button, and subscribe to keep up with all the latest information on Train Sim, as I'll bring it all to you. Sometimes late, sometimes on time. At least it's coming out today when this has come out, so maybe late on my channel, like time-wise, but at least it's coming out today, hopefully. Friday, August 27th. So we've got Dovetail Direct, Summer 2026. That's all the too short stuff. Hello everyone and welcome to the full Train Sim World August 2026 roadmap. In this article we're moving our gaze beyond the incredible lineup of content included in TSW7 and looking ahead at the release you can expect to come in the months beyond from our wonderful range of partner programs, developers and a couple of releases from Dovetail Games team. No UK roots from a UK company, shocking. The article will feature all new information, screenshots and details directly from each developer on their new add-ons, which hopefully gets you all excited for the future coming to TSW. Let's dive right in and first another look at the Train Sim World 7 trailer. We didn't look at this last time, so let's have a look at this trailer.
Some people ask, are we nearly there yet? While others say,
now I like to point out, Incredible Trains were the ones to have people moving around, and it looks like that Dovetail has picked up on that, and they're doing it as well. You've got a person cycling here, and you've got actually cows moving as well. Before you only had static animals and static people, unless it was actually on the platform, but now they've actually got people moving as well. So you got a person cycling on their bike there, and in the previous clip we saw cows feeding as well. So you can actually see the cows moving. Hopefully that is part of the game. Let's see the cow moving there.
While others say
it's not there. So hopefully that's not just for the trailer. Hopefully that's actually what you see in gameplay, because it makes the game feel more alive.
About the destination, it's about the journey. It's the people you meet and the memories you make along the way.
The rain looks like it's improved as well. I know we're getting that live weather, but the actual rain graphics look like it has improved.
Those people probably also say, good things come to those who wait.
That is probably a scenario. That probably won't happen every time you go past on timetable mode. Again, hopefully that's not just for this video. Hopefully that's in a scenario when you go past this, whatever football stadium this is. You see the fireworks going off. I don't think that's Ellen Road. I know Leeds is in the new route, which I'm really excited for. It's a station I have been to, but I don't think that's I don't think that is at Ellen Road though. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
Whilst for others, they say, fortune favors the bold. So whether you're into long-haul marathons or short-haul sprints, if you're an early bird or a night owl, a fair-weather flyer or an all-terrain trawler, different people have different ways of moving through life. Maybe they're all right.
I should have said different strokes for different folks.
Because everybody is trying to get somewhere. So whatever drives you, whatever your purpose, you are not the only one. Find your way. Train Sim World 7.
But they should have had people playing on laptops as well, because people do play it on laptops too. So you've got that post-release stuff that's coming. This is all the stuff coming soon. The only one I'm interested in here at the moment is the Tatami line from Union Workshop, which we've been waiting for since Train Sim World 3 really, and World. Speaking of the Tatami line from Union Workshop, releasing September 29th, mark the calendars because a new date has landed for our first trip across rural Japan. Get ready for the beautiful scenic adventure in Tatami line. Brought to you by Union Workshop and arriving 2 weeks after Train Sim World 7's launch. This was meant to actually be released as a Train Sim World 6 route. Remember, they announced this way back in Train Sim World 3. Didn't come. Train Sim World 4. Didn't come. Train Sim World 5. It didn't come. Train World 6, we thought we were going to get it. But then it was delayed. And now it will be coming in Train Sim World 7. Will it have all the new features of Train Sim World 7? Maybe that's why it was pushed back. Maybe they thought, okay, we'll push it back and we'll give you all the new features. I don't know. Or will it just have the core features from Train Sim World 6? Will the new features of Train Sim World 7 push it back even further? Will we ever get the Tatami line? Will it come before GTA 6? Who knows? What's going to come out first? Train Sim World 6 or Train Sim World 6? The Tatami line or Grand Theft Auto 6? Which is coming out first? Train Fan comes to Train Sim World, stretching for 88 km between Izu Wakamatsu and Tatami. Sorry for botching that. The rural single-track railway takes passengers away from the bustle of the city and into the art of Okazuyo. Dense forest, mountain valleys, and traditional architecture surround the railways, and it follows the winding Tatami River. Along the way, cross iconic bridges, past the region's dam, and call at 28 detailed stations nestled among the towns and villages. 28 stations. Wow, that's going to be amazing. Every corner offers another view to take in, whether you are driving, riding as a passenger, or exploring the route on foot. Japan is somewhere I would love to go. I'd love to experience their trains, and so I am really big and fond of. Is the Japanese gardens. I absolutely love them. I would love to visit Japanese gardens because they look so amazing. It's a single line track, but there's 3 tracks there. One that goes around the station and 2 in the station. So it's not always single line, is it? Which is good. It's good to have a bit of variety there. That bit is single line. I think most of it is single line with a few double line tracks, probably just at the stations and tracks that go round maybe, and if there's any yards. Take control of the KIHA 40. At the heart of this route is the classic KIHA 40 diesel rail car, a characterful train that became a familiar sight on rural railways across Japan. Available in 3 distinctive liveries, including the JNR Orange, the Nagata White and Blue, and Tohoku White and Green. Sorry if I pronounced them wrong. The KIHA 40 can operate individually or in multiple formations to meet the demands of the timetable. Its narrow gauge design introduces a completely new driving experience to Train Sim World. Learn authentic Japanese railway operations, respond to new signalling, and master the ATS safety system as you take on local passenger service through the mountains. Okay, lovely. A journey through the seasons. Experience the changing face of the Tatami line across a range of seasons and conditions. Travel beneath spring cherry blossoms as they bring colour to towns and stations. Journey through verdant summer forests or climb into a landscape of snow-covered mountains and frozen valleys. You see the 3 different seasons there. I've got to admit, it looks amazing. I cannot wait to one day get my hands on this. It probably won't be a day one release for me because of money problems, and I'm not an ambassador, so I don't get stuff for free. So it may have to take a back burner to some more important stuff, but at some point I will get this. There's another Japanese route that I would love to see come to Train Sim World. It's one that was, I don't know what it's called, I can't remember, but it was on Microsoft Train Simulator. It was one of my favourite routes. And I think you start off in the town and move your way up. And at some stations, you pull into the station and you have to change ends as you go up this mountain. You go around this big lake or reservoir as you climb this mountain. At several stations, like I said, you pull into the station, and then you have to switch ends to go up the other part of the mountain. It was a route that I absolutely loved. I wish I could remember the name of it, and I'd love to see it come to Train Sim World, because I think the graphics for Train Sim World applying on that route would look absolutely amazing. I have to try and find the name of that route. Get ready, and as we've locked in a new release date coming shortly after the launch of Train Sim World 7, if you're a player on Steam, you've just renewed our Tatami Line Steam store page ready for our wish list in advance of release. Well, that's if the release date release date sticks, of course. As an important note, our original Tatami Steam page is still currently available. However, following the Tatami line delay, it will only be releasing in TSW7. So it's not going to come out in TSW6 for those who don't get TSW7. This legacy page will be removed shortly, and if you originally had this wish list, you'll need to wish list it again on our updated TSW7 page. Remember, you can utilize the Train Sim World 7 free starter edition to access the Tatami line and the new TSW7 features at no additional cost. Discover our full Tatami line coming soon article for more details, and be sure, I thought they already done one of those. Now I've got to do it again. For more details, and be sure to join us for our live preview of the route, which we'll detail in the coming weeks and presented on the TSW YouTube channel. Again, I wonder if it will have the if it's only coming out on TSW7 only, will it have the TSW7 features that they should have made clear? Alright, now we've got the Neckardalbahn Heidelberg to Nikolaus from TSG, trains in Germany. Sorry if I botched that. It's finally time to share more details about the next highly anticipated route coming from TSG. With the Neckardalbahn bringing both electric traction and steam locomotion in the form of the BR23, supporting multiple ways to experience traffic as you journey across the line. And this does look amazing. It's not one that I was really interested in. I thought it was just going to be steam only, but it's got electric. Depends how the electric trains work. All screenshots, as it says there, captured on PC. They never used to put captured on PC, but they seem to be now. I mean, that screenshot just looks amazing, doesn't it? Absolutely amazing. So I may get this. It won't be a day one purchase, but it's one that I'll add to my wish list and add it. Maybe get on discount or something. But that does look amazing. I would really love to go back to Germany. I went with my school twice. One in my first high school for a football trip, and one in my second high school for a history trip. But I would love to go back there and explore Germany and the German trains. As most people on this channel know, I love the ice trains. The ice means Intercity Express. I would love to go on those. It would be absolutely amazing. Especially sitting in first class, where you can actually see past the driver and out onto the train, onto the rails in front of you. That would be like really, really cool. The Neckartaubahn is a scenic. This is from TSG, sorry, themselves saying this. The Neckartaubahn is a scenic double-track, fully electrified main line that winds through the picturesque Neckar Valley in the southwestern Germany. I mean, again, that looks amazing. That looks lovely. Known for its smooth curves, tunneled sections, and striking riverside views, the line blends efficient rail traffic with one of Germany's most beautiful natural landscapes. Look at that, with this lighting. That electric train there, that kind of I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if it's just the pantograph, but on Train Sim Classic, you've got the early Sheffield routes, I think it is. And they're trains similar to that, with those type of pantographs as well. It's giving me that kind of vibe. The route features 53 km of track from Heidelberg to Nikolaus, decorated with 15 stations for you to explore, set in the year back to 1974. Wow, 9 years before I was born. You can see one of the tunnels at the end there as well. So all the tracks converge into there. You've got this lovely curve that you've got for the lake or river there down there as well. Bringing back the steam with BR23. Focusing more on the BR23 itself, it's created a modified Firebox sim graph node to allow us to adjust behaviour without massively affecting past content. The Firebox mode we currently have in TSW generates too much steam at lower boil outputs, and it takes hours for the fire to heat up or cool down, giving the user no way to shut it up. And just to make clear, this is TSG that's doing this. It's not Dovetail. They're no longer doing Steam. So like I said, this is purely a third party doing this. Dovetail is still said that they're not doing Steam. Who knows, maybe if TSG shares its stuff with Dovetail, they might do it. But at this moment in time, they're not doing it. Overall, we hope that these changes should address a lot of feedback with previous content, especially the Steam generation and lack of AI chaff sounds. We are of course open to more changes should this permit. Additionally, we have started to do sound recordings at the Museum of Darmstadt. Interested in more of the Steam engine development? TSG detail in our TSW May 2026 roadmap is in much greater depth. Look at that, it's absolutely amazing, doesn't it? Very picturesque. I wonder how that looks like now. Does it look roughly the same now? We're glad to see so many of you excited for this release following the Dovetail Direct. With such great reactions and support from TSG, and we'll be sharing much more soon, so stay tuned. Now let's keep the air up, head over to England and meet with Just Trains for an update on their next release. Well, it's not the same era, is it? That is set in the 70s, this is set in the 80s, so a completely different era. So you're not keeping it in the era, are you? We got the Cumbrian Coast, Carlisle to Whitehaven for Just Trains. Again, I wish this was set in more modern times. You know, anywhere from like 2010 upwards. I mean, I love the model of the train. I love the look of the train. I'd love to go on one of these trains, but I just don't like driving them. It's just not my thing, unfortunately. Trains that I like to drive are like from the 1990s upwards. I don't remember many trains of the 80s because, like I said, I was born in 83. The trains that I remember are the ones from the 90s upwards. But yeah, I hope one day that, whether it be from Just Trains or Dovetail, that all the 80s stuff that Just Trains have done, they do a modern spin on it as well. That would be like really cool. So get ready for more Just Trains content building on to their established 1980s era West Coast mainline network with Cumbrian Coast, Carlisle to Whitehaven. So this is from Just Trains. Experience coastal running between Wokinton and Whitehaven with 40 miles of rural scenery and sprawling industry landscape to explore. Drive the new Class 108 DMU with new wagons suited to the era, including in the release, and freight and shunting operations planned across the route. With such incredible attention to detail on the cab, we can't wait to show you all more. Of course, a great way to directly support Just Trains is to follow along on their dedicated Cumbrian Coast development blog on the Just Trains, and that you can find on the Just Trains website. And then you got the Rhine-Nasbahn from Fosworld. Fosworld are continuing to work hard on their first release in TSW, bringing you all a beautiful scenic route of over 100 years old, with large stations and big cities, and contrasting open fields and foliage. There are Duisburg. This is from FW. It got a strong focus on freight operations, especially in and around the Chemp Park area and historic Hochfelder, Heisenbahnbruck, industrial branch lines, as well as detailed yards and the freight bypass line between Wright and Weisson. We were all very happy with the reaction behind the first announcement for the Rhine-Nasbahn. We have continued working very hard building this route and trying to bring it to perfection. And there will be an ice operation on this as well, which is brilliant. I do love German routes that do have the ice train, because I do, as you know, I love the ice trains, as I said already. I do love the ice trains, and I do love driving them in TS. I wasn't that big a fan of driving them in TS Classic, but excuse me, I do love driving them in TSW. A train going past a train yard there. So yes, another one that I'm looking forward to. Lisbon Startable from Virtual. It's not one that I'm interested in, so we will skip past it. As I said, if it's ones I'm not really interested in getting or won't buy, I'm not going to waste time talking about it. Unless you want me to. Say in the comments, if I miss something and you want me to talk about it, I will go back and do an extra video on it. So I'll make an extra video and cover it. And in future, I'll make sure that I will include it if that's something you want me to do. Again, another one, Southern Pacific Ore Lines, Hayden Branch from High Iron Simulations. And then something I am looking forward to, the Freightliner Class 70 and West Coaster MLA wagons from All Aboard Studios. So this from All Aboard Studios. We're almost there. After a year's development, research and refinement, the team at All Aboard Studios are closing in on the finished line, and we can't wait to bring the Freightliner BR Class 70 to Train Sim World 7. And as you can see, look, it's at I'm pretty sure that's Leeds. I've been to Leeds. I think that is Leeds. So the Freightliner will be on Leeds. Hopefully it will be on the timetable. Hopefully that is part of the timetable. Over the past few roadmaps, we've shared more about what's coming from our new and expanded freight gameplay across multiple routes, to the incredible level of detail packed into the Class 70 itself. With its fully operational cab, interactive displays and systems, authentic start-up procedure, and almost every switch, lever and control brought to life, there's plenty to explore before you even get moving. It's inside the cab there. I'm not sure what route that is on. I think maybe the West Coast Main Line. And there's one more place to put it to work. We can now confirm that the Class 70 will also be supported in the Ardell and Wolfdale lines timetable from release. Brilliant. Adding yet to another route to its growing freight network. That's alongside the new Midland Mainline timetable, which I can't wait for. The Class 70 I will try and get as soon as possible, because it does come with the new Midland Mainline timetable, which includes the cross-country trains. So cross-country 221 as AI, coming in from Birmingham and then going on north. And then the Class 171 that will come in as AI from Birmingham, as having travelled from Cardiff. And then you'll be able to we will be able to take over it at Derby and take it to Nottingham, and then take it from Nottingham back to Derby, where we'll have to get out and let AI continue its journey to Birmingham and Cardiff. It'll also be on the West Coast Main Line freight services, the North London Line extension, the Thames Valley branch inclusion, brilliant, and of course the upcoming Birmingham to Shrewsbury. Wherever you want to put the Class 70 to work, there are plenty to keep you busy. The gameplay just keeps on coming. If it's on the Thames Valley branch lines, does that mean it will also be on the London Paddington line? There's a question. I don't know why the video above just continued to end there. With a little bit left. If I knock something on my keyboard to make it play, even though we're way past that now. The wait is nearly over. We can't wait to see you climb aboard the Class 70 and put it to work in Train Sim World 7. And there's the Class 70 there. And there you've got the wagons that come with it. I actually saw one of these wagons. I think it was last year. Or maybe the year before. I can't remember whether it was a Class 70 or a Class 60 that was pulling it. But I definitely saw these wagons. North London Line, Richmond Extension from Incredible Trains. We're working closely with Johannes from Incredible Trains to help support the release of the long-awaited North London Line extension, coming as a free update to all owners of the add-on. There you go, we've seen that picture before. Nothing new there. Development of the Richmond extension continues to make excellent progress. The included Class 350 will receive a licensed South West Trains livery, allowing it to represent the Class 450 on AI services around Richmond, adding another welcome layer of authenticity to the route. And I'm hoping this is not just a one-off South West Trains livery just for this. Hope that they've got the full license, and in the future we will see South West Trains routes. That would be pretty cool. You got the Class 9E next to the 378 there. So we're going to have the Class 9E and the Class 70 on this route as well, which is quite cool. I've not got the Class 90 yet. You had all that mess that was going on with it, and it's something that I won't get, even though it's been updated and there's been patches for it. It's something that I will wait until it's heavily discounted. The Richmond extension has benefited from the extensive optimization work carried out recently. Using the new performance profiling dashboard, I have been able to free up enough performance to implement its cab CCTV screens. The feature can be enabled or disabled through the expert mode settings, allowing players to choose the experience that best suits their hardware. Cool. Can't wait for that to come out. So that's a free update as well, so that would be cool when that comes out. We'll share more news soon when you can expect the release for this update. Take a Ticket 2026 here from the developers. So we've got All Aboard Studios, Birmingham to Shrewsbury. We've got Atlantic Coast, Par to Newquay. We've got Expert OBB Railjet. We've got New Jersey Transit Bergen Line. We've got the Amsterdam Den Haag. We've got the NTP Remaster plus the Class 37. And we've got London's King's Cross. But no say where that'll be going to. So first, we've got Birmingham to Shrewsbury from All Aboard Studios. 42-mile route between Birmingham New Street and Shrewsbury. Notable landmarks including Shrewsbury Castle and the Shenfin Viaduct. Explore Shrewsbury, a complex junction station with runaround and shunting movements, as well as regional, local and freight traffic. Drive the Transport for Wales Class 158 DMU across 9 new stations between Wolverhampton and Shrewsbury, including Cosford and Telford Central. Brilliant. And I've actually been on this route in real life, although that was on a Class 175. So another Class 158 coming to TrainSim World. We've already got the East Midland Trains version. We've got the ScotRail version. And now we're going to have a Transport for Wales version. And of course, we're going to have the Northern version as well, which hopefully we'll be talking about later in this vid. If they got any more information for us on that. Excuse me. So yeah, that's a route I'm really looking forward to. Like I said, I've been on that route. You know, I've gone from Crewe to Shrewsbury before, and I've gone from Birmingham to Crewe before as well. Birmingham to Shrewsbury as well. So it's something I'm looking forward to. Is it just the 158 Transport for Wales that we'll be driving around there? Or will there be other trains going around as well? And there it is. Oh, and there's a 170. I forget the company that is. West Midlands, I think it is, if I remember right. Audible Studios are gearing up for another new adventure across the UK, and for this release, they're using your feedback to bring up an even greater level of immersion. So this one will be one that I'll try and get as soon as possible. We've read your feedback and we've listened. You wanted more detail, more immersion, and a route that feels alive and changes around you. Birmingham to Shrewsbury is our response. Here's from AABS. I do like the 158. It's a lovely train. Lovely train to drive and lovely train to actually be on board as well. We don't see many around my area anymore, which is a shame. So I used to like going on. I think it was last year, maybe year before. I was in Nottingham, and you had a 158 that was going to Derby, and I was so excited. I got like really excited for it. I even said to the driver, during a break, and let me drive. He goes, "Do you know how to drive this?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You're a driver?" I went, "No." He goes, "How do you know you had to drive it?" And I said, "I've driven it on Train Sim World, Train Sim Classic, and Microsoft Train Simulator." And of course, on Train Sim World, most of the controls you need, you'd be able to drive it anyway. And he actually asked me how I would start up the cab and where the safety systems were, and I showed him and I told him, and he was quite impressed with my knowledge. So that was like really, really cool. Yeah, really nice to talk to as well. There you go. You got the 158, 159, and 158 in the background there. Yeah, that's a beautiful shot of it there, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. Stretching for 45 miles, our first route for the Train Sim World 7 calendar takes you from the heart of Birmingham through Wolverhampton and into the Shropshire countryside, Shrewsbury, accompanied by a brand new Class 158/8 in Transport for Wales livery. It's a shame that we're not going to see this in the Arivia livery, because the Arivia livery was my favourite. I love that livery. I do not like the Transport for Wales livery. I preferred the Arivia livery. It just suited the trains better. Hopefully, this will also layer on to the other all aboard studio routes as well as a layer. The new Class 158 has been built from scratch, with the finer details firmly in mind, including a host of new faults and functionality. Brand new audio recorded directly from the trains themselves really brings alive the Perkins engines as they roam up and down the Shropshire hills. We've also introduced a new AI guard system where the guard operates their local doors before releasing the main passenger doors. Another small but important piece of railway operation brought to life. I thought that happened anyway. I thought that was a new system coming to Train Sim World 7. And I thought that happened on the other 158s as well that were created, where the first door would open and then the rest would. So this 158, it will be different from the others because this one is built by All Aboard Studios, where the other one was built by the one that done it for East Midlands Main Line and ScotRail, and will also be doing the Northern one. I forget what they're called. They're the ones that are doing all the freight, the cargo packs. They're the ones that do the 158s, but this one is done by All Aboard Studios. So we're going to have two different versions of the 158s. There you go on the inside, in the gangway there. The focus on detail continues across the route. Get off the train and explore Shrewsbury Castle, or perhaps the old prison. Pop into a pub at Codsale Station and do some spotting, or keep an eye on the world around you because it may not look the same next time you visit. Oh, wow. They're really taking that immersion out, aren't they? So you can go explore the castle, which I've been in, the old prison, which I haven't been in, pop into the pub at Codsale Station, and the world around you changes every time you visit. And that looks amazing. That does look like the outside of Shrewsbury Station. That is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love it. It's really, really good. We've pushed seasonal variation further with bespoke details appearing throughout the year. Stations dress up for Christmas. Fireworks light up the skyline around bonfire night, while the arrival of Cosford Air Show transforms both the railways and the world around it. That sounds amazing. Please release this near payday so I can get this on day one. Oh, this needs to be released near payday at the end of the month. Release this at the end of the month or right at the start of the next month. Just make sure it's near payday for the UK so I can get this, because I want to get this day one. The fact that you'll see the stations dressed up for Christmas, fireworks will light up the skyline around bonfire night, and the arrival of the Cosford Air Show. Wow. That is going to be... That's going to be amazing. Wow. Absolutely brilliant. That's a nice screenshot in Birmingham as well. Like I said, I hope the 158 is layered onto the other two Birmingham routes as well. And there's plenty to drive with two distinct 2019 timetables included with the route. The main 29 timetable recreates everyday operations between Birmingham and Shrewsbury and ties into the 2019 timetable from Birmingham to Crewe, allowing you to route hop at both Birmingham New Street and Wolverhampton. Alongside it is a dedicated 29 Cosford Airshow timetable, recreating a full Sunday of operations on Airshow Day with a range of unique and special services as thousands of visitors descend on Cosford. I'll have to find out about that and see how much it is to get to Cosford, because it'd be good to go to the air show there. There you go. You got a quite misty night there. Freight hasn't been forgotten either. Telford International Rail Freight Park and Cotton Hill sidings are fully accessible alongside Colham Depot for railhead treatment train operations out of Shrewsbury. A Shropshire Bridge there. As you've got the 170 going over. The 170s do go to Shrewsbury as well. Birmingham to Shrewsbury is still very much in development, but we're incredibly excited to finally start showing it. 45 miles, a brand new Class 158/8, 2 timetables, changing seasons, special events, and plenty of finer details still left to discover. We can't wait to show you more. I am so looking forward to that. And another route I'm looking forward to, by a new third-party developer, Brass Can Games. They're doing the Atlantic Coast, Par to Newquay. Coast to Coast, Cornish route featuring local GWR passenger services. Catch the sun over 20 miles and 7 new stations between Par on the south coast and Newquay on the north coast. Hop aboard the GWR Class 150 as well as haul in an all-new JIA China Clay wagon. Also enjoyed the Fowey branch line between Lostwithal and Fowey Harbour for Leywood freight gameplay. Brass Can Games is making its Train Sim World debut with this detailed recreation of Cornwall's Atlantic coastline in Atlantic Coast Part to Newquay. The single line track there. I think it's all single line, or most of it is single line. I'm not too sure. I've played this on Train Sim World Classic. I've played this on Train Sim Classic, but that was a few years ago. I don't think I've played it for quite a while. Catch the sun with over 20 miles and 7 new stations between the south and northern coast, carrying holiday makers and locals alike across the rolling countryside between Par and Newquay. Now you've got this one platform here, you've got the disused platform on the other side as well, where it used to be 2 tracks. Look out for well-known historical landmarks from Cornwall's rich heritage, still visible across the landscape today. Additionally, work China Clay trains between Goombarrow Junction and the docks at Fowey Harbour. Another single line going through the countryside there. It's really nice, don't it? Set in 2026, so it's set in modern times. The route features signalling upgrades, a passing loop at Trescross Moor, and the newly constructed second platform at Newquay. So it includes the newly constructed second platform at Newquay. So that's brilliant. Absolutely amazing. It's incredible bringing another new developer into Train Sim World, and they're not the only one. More on that later. But what a brilliant way to introduce themselves to the scene. Another station here. That looks like road or rides. I can't really tell. Honestly, I can't zoom in. But yeah, that looks really cool. So I think most of it is single line. along here. For now, if you're excited about this trip to the Cornish coast, then be sure to follow along in our monthly roadmaps and sure to support the Brass Can Games team. Then you get the Expert OBB Railjet from TSG. I'll just give you a quick summary. A new Expert Series train arrives from the TSG development team. Travel along Waldeburg, Summerbahn and Salzburg Rossum with the Tourist and Generation 1 train sets of the OBB Railjet. An expert level locomotive with real faults and problems similar in scope to the Expert BR101 and Expert BR145. Included with the release will also be the OBB Class 1116, the first and second class cars and bistro wagons. Then you've got the New Jersey Transit Bergen Line from Dovetail Games. Jump into the all-new scenic journeys of the Hoboken with a new route from Dovetail Games team. Operate a range of newly stocked included with the route with the new GP40PH-2B diesel locomotive. Also includes the new Comet V cab car and Comet V trailers. I'm not too sure about this. I don't think it's third rail. Third rail is what I like in American routes. So I'm not too sure about this. So it's I'll keep an eye on. I won't report on it now because I don't know whether I want to get it or not, whether I'm interested in it or not. But in the future, if it looks like something that I would want to get and there is third line things on there, then I will report on it in the future. Northern Transpennine Remaster and Class 37 from Pixel Punk Studios. More remasters from third-party studios. I'm all for it. If Dovetail ain't going to remaster stuff, I'm all for third-party studios remastering routes. If someone can remaster the Brighton main line, that would be amazing. Especially as you can add, if we have got that Southwest Trains livery. If we have got that, that would be excellent to put on the London Brighton line. As you can see that from about roughly, as you go past Battersea Power after Balham, as you're going across the bridge, you get the Waterloo line that you can see in line, and then all the way down to Clapham Junction. It'd be good to see the trains there as well. Even if it is just a 350 in their colours for now, until they can probably get the proper trains out. Announcing a brand new remastered UK route. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say here. I know. Major scenery and lighting overhaul with entire towns and cities rebuilt to modern standards. Brand new timetables with the Class 37/0, bringing the Northern Transpennine route to life. Plenty of passenger, empty stock, freight and engineering movements. Full updates to rolling stock included, as well as stock from the BR Heavy Freight Pack with latest improvements. So, announcing a brand new remaster UK route, voted as the highest requested remaster from their player surveys, alongside the Class 37 locomotive and coming from all new third-party developer Pixel Punk Studios. I would have to contest whether that is the highest requested remaster from the player surveys. I'm pretty sure the London to Brighton one was the most requested. A huge amount of work and improvements are coming with this release, including major scenery overhauls, towns and cities such as Dewsbury, Huddersfield and Bately rebuilt. Lighting upgrade, Todd for improvement lighting across the route. BR Heavy Freight Pack stock updated. Rolling stock upgrades to the latest standards, suspension, weather effects, etc. Track shadow upgrades. Trackside foliage and clutter upgrade. Additionally, the team are creating a new Class 37-0 pack, including a brand new timetable and VAA/OBA wagons, which will support the new remaster and get you ready to immerse yourself in the world of 1980s British rail. New timetable, the Class 37-0, bringing the Northern Transpennine route to life. Plenty of passenger, empty stock, freight and engineering movements. Unique rail tours, utilising steam and diesel stock appearing at different times of year. The 37-0 in the original version of Class, first introduced in 1960 with DC traction motors, while later versions have AC traction motors. The VAA is in general purpose goods van with self-weighing capabilities. The OBA is a drop-side open wagon capable of carrying a wide variety of loads. As below, you can view a section of work-in-progress models of the new Class 37-0, as well as the VAA and OBA wagons. What's going on with that class? They got a capital CL there. I swear, no one proofreads these before they put them out. Here's the work in progress. We aim to share more details soon, but first we wanted to give Pixel Punk the chance to introduce themselves and talk more about this passion behind the first project. So this is Pixel Punk Studios. We created the studio when we began working on our own projects. We had then talked about potentially developing TSW content alongside our own content. As we are for the most part all TSW players, and got talking about what routes we would like to see and what remasters, we originally began creating content in the public PC editor. As a team of long life train sim world players, our early conversations naturally shifted towards the content we wished existed in the game. The routes we loved, the remasters we felt passionate about, and the experiences we wanted to build ourselves. Over time, our ambitions grew, our internal projects matured, and we eventually made the leap from passionate creators to become an official third-party developer for Train Sim World. I think that's the Leeds. Some of you in the community may know members of the team, but here's a look at the full group capacity. Paddy Yates is the studio director and lead developer on NTP Remaster. James Conway is the technical director and technical artist. Isaac Hoban Smith, Face Hex, gameplay development. Jason Page, Jason PFC, community and QA lead. Jaden Holloway, Clockwork Wolf, 3D artist. James Bainbridge, technical artist. And Kelly Burgess, HR and scenery artist. I do apologise if I said any of those names wrong. And I don't recognise any of those names either. Maybe James Conway, I think. I think that's it. That's the only one that rings a bell. Developing the NTP timetable has been a unique challenge due to the limited service information available from the 1980s compared to modern day timetables. Isaac's work ensures that the route feels alive, authentic, and true to its era. Pixel Punk Studios is driven by authentic technical excellence and general love for railways. From rebuilding vast stretches of scenery to engineering complex SimGraph systems, every member of the team brings unique expertise and enthusiasm to the table. The passion for authentic and atmosphere has been shaped the MTP remaster, where over 70% of the scenery has been rebuilt from the ground up. Pixel Punk Studios is a dedicated team of developers, artists, engineers, and community leaders united by a shared love of railways, simulation, and high quality content creation. This is just the beginning, and we can't wait for players to experience what we've been building. I gotta say, it looks more busy there. It looks more life. Because when I've played this route in the past, and I've only played it a few times, it's always looked empty. But this looks more full. What I would love to see is a modern version of this route. I know we've got Leeds coming soon in the new network coming out with Train Sim World 7. But this one from Leeds to Huddersfield and wherever else it goes, I would love to see as a modern route as well. I'd love to see all the 1980s routes get a modern touch to it, like not like a remaster, but like a modern version of the route, because that would also be quite cool. And it will, I guess it would cool the other way around as well, where modern routes get the 80s touch, like get put into an 80s way. Like where you got the West Coast Main Line, you've got two eras there, with Dovetail and All Aboard Studios doing the modern version, and Just Trains doing the 80s versions, but at different parts. It would be amazing if all the 80s Just Train stuff was given a more up-to-date feel, and all the stuff that Dovetail and all the Ball Studios ones getting an 80s feel. So then you could like do a full run in the 80s or on the modern timetable. That would be actually quite cool. What an incredible introduction to the TSW scene, and we can't wait to share even more about their developers in the months ahead. Stay tuned to our monthly roadmaps and be sure to support their team in the community as they progress. Then we've got Amsterdam to Den Haag from Dovetail Games. Experience the Netherlands in a brand new way, travelling through buzzier city-style environments. Branch down to the coastal town of Zandvoort, or follow the main line through the Netherlands' iconic tulip country and the historic city of Leiden. Take control of the new Verm locomotives for this route, featuring double-decker passenger sets. I wasn't interested in the first Holland route. I'm not that much interested in this one either. If it does grab my attention, then I'll look at it in future, but at the moment, just no interest for me. East Coast Main Line, London's King's Cross from Alan Thompson Simulation. Alan Thompson Simulation team are bringing London King's Cross into Train Sim World. Huge project for their team as we head back to the East Coast Main Line. More details to share in our TSW roadmaps to come. Now, this has the community worried because of the F-up with the Class 90. Now, their first route, the Manchester Airport route, wasn't a bad route, and it improved with updates. Wasn't the greatest of releases, especially when it came to performance, but with updates, it did get better. And for their first route, it wasn't a bad try. The 90 was a complete shambles. I don't care whose fault it was, whether it's DDG's or Alan Thompson's. I think it was probably a mixture of both. But better communication between both was probably needed. I just hope they do this really well. At the moment, it only says London King's Cross, so we don't know what else it's going to bring. Let's hope they got some information. Finally, we closed off our Take a Ticket show this year with a huge and exciting project from the Alan Thompson Simulation team, finally bringing London King's Cross into TSW. Well, that's not London's King's Cross, that's Finsbury Park. But, good to see it. One of the first videos that I did with Train Sim, and that was on Train Sim Classic, was from Peterborough to London's King's Cross. I think that was the first Train Sim Classic video that I ever did. All the way back in 2019. If I can, I'll leave a link to the video in the description below, if anyone is interested in seeing that. So we know it goes as far as Finsbury Park. I mean, the station looks good. I'll get that, it looks good. Bit blurry in the shade there, though. You should be able to see the yellow safety line go all the way up to the end of the platform. I don't know where that fire duck is. The team are working extremely hard on the project, and it's a huge undertaking as they take us back to the East Coast Main Line, and it's a touch too soon to go into many specifics, but we can share a range of work in progress development screenshots, which we hope will keep you all excited in the meantime. They could at least tell us where it finishes. That, I think, is Peterborough. I'm pretty sure that is Peterborough. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've got a zoomer over there at the far end. But I think that's Peterborough there. I don't know what's going on with the platform there to the left. To the right, sorry. You've got the platform going down, and then you've got like an extended platform going across. But it's not like that on the other one. I don't know if that's where they put two assets together. And they need to get rid of that slopey bit. I don't know. Or whether that's actually like that in real life. I don't know. But yeah, and if they're showing a screenshot to Peterborough and that's where it's going, I can't see it going further than Peterborough. Then instead of just calling the route London's King's Cross, it should be called London's King's Cross to Peterborough. I can't see it going any further than that. And then we've got the Azuma there as well. Probably 801. We will of course share more in the future articles and roadmaps with upcoming updates. For now, get ready to head to the heart of London and back to the East Coast Main Line, and be sure to share your support with the ATS group as they continue development. New roadmap reveals. We also had a range of additional final announcements that we wanted to highlight and confirm with the community that the developers were keen to reveal, and we can hear about upcoming roadmaps. The Great Western Railway Class 387 locomotive from Grump Dog Games. Didn't you already announce? No, don't worry about that. We're just excited to be learning about the brand new locomotive from Grump Dog Games for the first time in Dovetail Direct as all of you. Let's take a look at the progress so far. Now, this was supposed to come with the Great Western Remaster, the GWE Remaster. So, will this be a free add-on, or are they going to charge us for it? If they charge us for this, I will be so annoyed. Because this was supposed to come as part of the free update, the free remaster that we got. And hopefully that Transpennine is a free remaster as well. It didn't say whether it's a free remaster or it's a paid remaster. Hopefully, because it is a remaster, it will be free, as all the other remasters have been. But this 387 was supposed to be in the free remaster for Great Western Express route, London Paddington to Reading. So I'm hoping this is also free. If they charge us for this, I will be really annoyed. If they do charge us for this, it shouldn't be no more than $4.99. But yeah, the model does look good. And yeah, look, there's no saying whether it's free or not. We're excited to share more soon and give you more details about what you can expect. And the Northern Class 158 from Skyhook Games. That's who I was thinking of, Skyhook Games. So we got two lots of 158s. One done by Audible Studios, which we read the Transport for Wales one. And then we got the Skyhook Games ones, which will be Northern. And the ones that we've already got is, ScotRail and East Midland Trains. Let's hear from Skyhook Games, who are also excited to reveal a locomotive project they've been working hard on for some time now. And this should cost no more than $4.99. I'm guessing it'll probably be about $12.99. But yeah, it shouldn't cost more than $4.99. All it is a reskin and reholstering the insides. So yeah, this shouldn't be more than a reskin. But at least we'll have at least 4 northern trains in game now. Because we got that other northern train that runs out of on the Dovetail Manchester route. I don't know if those trains come to any part of this route, but we'll have to see that in the future. But at least there will be there'll be one northern train. If you get the deluxe edition or add it as a separate DLC, there'll be 2 northern trains. When this comes out, there'll be 3, and hopefully that other northern train also comes up here. I think I can't remember what train it is, but yeah, there's potential for 4 northern trains, as well as the other trains, so we'll be very busy on this line. Okay, it looks a little bit better here than it does there. I don't know if it's a screenshot of the lighting, but it does look a bit better here than it does here. You go on the insides. This locomotive will also join perfectly with our Train Sim World 7 Airedale and Wolfdale network and join the Northern Class 331 and 333 trains to complete the collection. Okay, so I'm guessing that the other Northern train will not be coming up here. I think it's the 323, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where my phone is. Oh, there it is. Let me just check. I think it's the Class 323. Class 323 train. Yeah, the 323. Last time I was in Leeds, I can't remember if there's a 323 here. On my other channel, I did do a bit when I went to Leeds. I did film some trains. I'll leave that in the description below as well if I remember. From my other channel. I can't remember if the 323s come up to Leeds. Hopefully they do, because it'd be good to see them up there as well. Whether it's as AI or as playable. It'll be good to see them up there, because it just makes it more busy, more alive. The locomotive will also join which read that right, the Class 466 and Sheerness branch from Firefly Simulations. Next up from Firefly, following on from the anticipated Medway Valley line, get Kent Link networking with Southeastern BR Class 466 and Sheerness branch. Built as a 2-car derivant of the Class 465, particularly modelled after the 465-2 subclass, designed by Metro Camel, the Class 466 entered service in the 1990s with their classmates to revolutionise commuter travel in across Kent and South East London. While the 465s did the bulk of the work and the 466 could be bolted on to add extra capacity, they were primarily put to use on Kent's branch lines until the late 2019. Being delivered to the same level of detail as the Class 375-3, including interactive GSMR, the Class 466 will provide a late 2010s experience for the Medway Valley line, operate from the spacious cab of the networker on different patterns to the route's 2025 timetable, included Maidstone shuttles and services all the way to Tunbridge instead of terminating at Paddock Wood. Set sail for Swell. While primarily an add-on for the Medway Valley line, the 466 is not alone, as it also comes with its own route, and with it, even more branch line timetable action. The Sheerness line dates back to 1860 and was constructed to connect lucrative industries to the Isle of Sheppey's dockyard at Sheerness. Today, all freight traffic has ceased, with what remains being a sedate passenger service between Sittingbourne and Kent's own island. You can expect the same level of detail in the Medway Valley line. Call at Kemsley, shuttle along the scenic southern marshes of Swale, swerve the quaint Queensborough and shore up to Sheerness on Sea, crossing the iconic Kingsferry Bridge en route. A late 2010s timetable will feature with the Class 466 on the Sheerness branch, representing the line with 2-car traffic all day long. But that's not all, as if you own Medway Valley Line, Sheerness will will get a further bonus, a 2025 era experience utilizing the cards 375-3, making for a trifecta of new timetables. We look forward to sharing more information and initial screenshots in the coming months. So it does sound like that the CNS branch will be its own route. It won't be an add-on. It won't be like an extension. I can't remember if Sitting Born is actually in the game or not. I think it is. I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks like it'll be its own route, like the Thames Valley Line ones. Also, I was just thinking, sorry, but I lost some thought. Yeah, it's good that we're getting different timetables, so we can drive the 466 up there, or the 375 dash slash 3. So that's cool. I've been to Sheerness. I went. I got the train from London Victoria all the way to Sheerness and Sea, but we got the car back. That was way back in 2004 or 2005. So a long time ago. I don't know if they still do the trains from London Victoria all the way to Sheerness. You can certainly do that in Trainson Classic, I'm pretty sure. I've also done it with the slam door trains as well. But I don't know what it's like today on today's timetable. Whether it is just like the shuttle between Sittingbourne and Sheerness and Sea. Yeah, looking forward to that. Again, if it's just the branch line, I don't think it should cost any more than $8.99 because it is a very short branch line. I know it's including the 466 as well, but I don't think we should be paying any more than $8.99, $9.99 tops, because it is coming with a brand new train with the new timetables as well. So I think it should no more than $9.99 at least. A new Romanian route is coming for Railforge. Again, it's not something that I'm particularly interested in. I do apologise if you are. If you want me to cover it, I will come back and cover it if you like. Additional add-on news. BR Class 90 4K textures for PC now available. Following their previous release of the BR Class 90 freight locomotive to Trainsim World, the ATS team have recently shared a high-quality 4K texture mod for PC players to enjoy. You can find this on Alan Thompson Sim website. Please note this is only currently available for Trainsim World 6. Why is it a mod? Why can't they release it as an update? And why is it not for console players as well? You know, the modern consoles, I can understand not doing it for PS4 and old gen consoles, but new gen consoles should be getting the 4K textures as well. High quality 4K texture. And it should be as an update, not as a mod. I think that's completely stupid. Further add-ons in development. After closing off this section, we don't have any more screenshots to share at this stage. But as a nod to other projects in development that we've announced, we will aim to follow up with more details once we have them. That includes the DBBR 212 Class V100 locomotive from TSG, BNSF Snootnose SD4-2 from Adamific Productions, and the DBBR 420 from TSG. The future looks amazing with so many promising and device add-ons in development from all our teams working on Trainsim World, and we can't wait to keep growing the experience, offering you deeper immersion and new chances to explore the railways of the world to its fullest. You got the roadmap video that's out on YouTube that you can go check out on Trainsim World YouTube channel. Then you got the coming up next week, September 2nd, day before my birthday. You got the Florida Tri-Rail Miami Airport to Boca Raton with Matt and Jamie, previewing that route. Then on my birthday, the 3rd of September, they got the preview for Bahnstruck Nuremberg to Wolfsburg, which has got Lucas K, Matt, Jean, and Driver, whoever Driver is. It's a shame they weren't doing the North one on the Leeds one on my birthday. That'd have been better. And then on September the 8th, so a big gap, you got 3rd. You got to wait 5 days for the preview of the Ardale and Wolfsdale network, where you got Tyler, Harry, Matt, and Liam on that preview. Pre-order Train Sim World 7 now. Pre-order Train Sim World. Pre-order now. Play first. September 15th. Early access September 10th. If you can't wait to become part of the action, remember that you can pre-order Train Sim World 7 now on Xbox Series SX, PlayStation 5, Epic Games Store, and Steam. Please see our TSW7 FAQs. More information on this in each game platform. More information. Please, Dovetail, get someone to proofread these. I would pre-order, but I can't afford it. It looks like I am getting the free upgrade, and then getting the DLC if and when I can. If you want to support me and help me get Train Sim World 7, you can do. No amount is too small, no amount is too big. Just donate to my PayPal, and whatever it is you send, put on the note Train Sim World 7. Be sure to catch up on our previous articles of the week to learn everything upcoming Train Sim World 7 from September 15th. That's the Dovetail Direct Summer 2026 recap article, introducing Train Sim World 7 article, and Train Sim World 7 trailer. The trailer you've seen here, introducing Train Sim World 7 article, I covered, I think. And Dovetail Direct I did cover. I don't think I've done the introducing Train Sim World 7 article. Let's just click on that and see what that is. No, I didn't. Oh, that's got extra screenshots. Okay, I'm going to have to do that as a separate video now. Right, let's come back out of that. I'm going to have to do that as separate. I didn't even see that. I'm not logged in either. Let's go to news. I didn't even see that come up, to be honest with you. See, look, it doesn't show it here. Where's the introducing Train Sim World 7? Oh, it's there. It's that one there. So I will look at that article as well and get that up for you. That probably won't be out till Tuesday, because I've got a video coming out Monday, which is a WWE 2K26 video. So that introducing Train Sim World 7 probably won't come out till then. But it's got more information on the coming routes and more screenshots. So yeah, that'll be good to look at, and I'll get that recorded for you guys, and it'll be out on Tuesday. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe with the bell notification to get up to date with all future content, and let me know in the comments what are you most looking forward to. Are they arriving soon and down the line? And I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye for now, and take care.